day 28 of Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches. I'm going to show you the sketch here. It looks like it is by Kristen Foster. This has a piece of, it looks like a piece of pattern paper along the bottom. There's this kind of big element between two pictures and then a little embellishment cluster up here. I don't actually see where you would necessarily put the title, so I'm maybe thinking along the bottom strip down here. I haven't got that part figured out just yet. And actually, this is Miss Kristen, who is in my little hop that we actually just had a video yesterday. That would have been Sunday, the 27th. So hopefully you'll catch her on that one as well. Now, here's what I'm going to do, or here's what I'm thinking. First off, does anybody have one of these? Y'all, this is old. I don't even know how old this is. It's got to be 10 years old, if not more. It is a We Are Memory Keepers. I think it was called, Lucky 8 Punch. They had several different designs. And what it is you stick your paper in there and you turn your, I got to remember how this works now. Yeah, this is the off, this is the on. So you make it like both on and it'll give you this. And you can do different things with it. But the whole idea is I'm going to cut this ginormous doily with this punch. Now, to be honest, I don't know. It may be a little too big. I don't know. I'm going to try it. I'm hopeful that it works, because if it don't, I don't have another plan just quite yet. The paper, okay, the pictures I've got are, my daughter's probably going to kill me, but this is from high school. I think she was, I don't know. I want to say a sophomore here. She might have been she's either a sophomore or junior, because this is her letter jacket. And she did earn that when she went on varsity, which she did as a sophomore. So I don't remember now if this sophomore, junior year, but she had the biggest crush on that boy. And he was a sweetheart, but, you know, first loves, they just move on, right? So no worries. But I think they're kind of cute pictures, and I like the colors and whatnot. So anyways, it's Auburn Lane is what I picked out here. Pink Paisley's Auburn Lane. And it was from Tuesday morning when I picked it up. And this whole thing is really more... It's not even, I don't know, I think it's kind of house related, because I have like some of the embellishments, and I feel like some of them, there's a lot of houses, which I'm not going to be using these houses, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I won't be. I have very little of this left of this. There's like a friend, so I could work with that. I might even say something like wants to be more than friends or something, because they were kind of friends. But anyways, he was tall and she's tall, so I think she just kind of gravitated to the fact that he was tall. There's cute little stickers, things like that, so I can probably use those. So yeah, I'm going to plan on using, theoretically I'll use this as my background. And then I've got this here that I think kind of be neat for the pattern at the bottom. But I've got to figure out this darn doily deal. I'm going to try to make this work, because I think this is kind of masculine, you know, and I think it'll look neat behind this. So that's my plan. So let me get started, and I'll see if I get some traction, and I'll come back. Talk soon. Well, y'all... Best laid plans go awry, right? So I used my punch. I did show you the last little bit of me punching this. So the way the punch works is you take a 12 by 12, and I haven't looked on YouTube. Maybe I could. I don't know. I don't think this works any other way. But you take a 12 by 12 and you do the first 4 cuts. Basically, you would stick it in, punch, go this corner, punch, that corner. And then you flip it over and you do the back side the same kind of way. And you end up with this cool doily. The problem is the sketch, you know, you're supposed to have this little stripe down here, and your doily is supposed to be kind of about here. Well, that's obviously entirely too large. It's just entirely too large. I just don't see how that's going to work. So then I ran over and I thought, well, maybe I'll just do an actual doily. And that one's a little too big. So I'm kind of ending up with this one. So I'm kind of contemplating, maybe I will ink this, because on the other hand, I need the contrast, so maybe not. Let me trim this real quick, because it's kind of messing with my eyeballs here to have that extra in there. Well, oh my God, I hope that wasn't so loud on the camera. All right, so if I'm doing this, oh, that's upside down. If I'm doing this, I kind of almost just need this. I just don't see how I could make this look right. Well, I say that's kind of cool looking. I still just think it's too big, y'all, because I'm going to have these 2 pictures, and it just kind of gets lost, I think. I'll say that. I don't know. Let me look at this just a minute now. because it's supposed to be on the outside of this doily. I think I'm going to have to go with the doily, y'all, because that does look kind of cool there. Yep, that's what we're going to have to do. I will have to figure out another way to use this. It's not like it's ugly. It's just not usable for this sketch. All right, let me get what I'm going to do now, since I kind of just figured that all out. I'm going to go ahead and trim this. I'm going to map my photos. I'll get this down. I may actually end up using a branding strip. I don't know, though. I got holes in all them. I might put washi. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to get this stuff kind of going, and I will come back on. Well, all right, y'all. I actually decided to gut one of the pink pages in the pad because I decided I wanted to mat my little burgundy paper. It's not technically called for on the sketch, but you know what? It don't hurt nothing to add a little mat on the backside. And so I did decide to go ahead and use that doily. I think I mentioned several times. I was kind of going back and forth on it, but that is the doily that I'm going to use. It's just the right size. It just makes the most sense. At this point, I've also gone ahead and matted the photographs on two pieces of pattern paper. One of them is still that black and white that I was showing y'all that I said was kind of masculine. I do still use that as one of the photo mats, and then I use the center of that pink as the first photo mat. So that's what I decide on now. I went back and forth on that. Which photo goes on the top? Why? I don't know. It was clearly the big one the whole time. At least mentally, that's what I kind of had it in my head that way, because I kind of like the boy's expression on the smaller one. He's just, more pleasant expression, I guess is what I'll say, versus the other one. He's kind of, I don't know what he's doing, shouting at somebody out in the audience or whatever. They just probably won the game. I'm sure they were excited, because I think that's the year they went to some kind of state championship or something. Anyway, I decided on that right-hand side to do foam, and that's just to give that a little bit of dimension. This is not a real complicated sketch, so it didn't take me a real long time, except I do fast around with the embellishments as usual. At first, I thought to use that friends down there, because I thought maybe I'd put something like, she wants to be more than friends or something, because they were friendly. I think I mentioned that, but I don't end up using that one. I find this, I don't know when I find it, and like I said, I'm kind of fassing around with these darn embellishments for ever and ever and ever. I do find that little green square, and I do like that on the page because of the green in the football field. Okay, so at this point, I have found this little, it was the word love, and in my head, I'm going, I want to put first up there, because it was the first kid I should say that. I guess in elementary school, she had some kind of little crush or some such, but I guess this one's the first one where she was kind of, in her feels as a young, not adult, but, old enough to know. And so I put first love on there. I like that little, I made that a fishtail banner. Technically, it was not a banner. It was just a, I guess, a random cut, what do you call that? Just a cut apart or whatever. I added a little fishtail to it. And I had gone over and I got those Webster pages, little wood grain letters again. I used them on, I don't know if it's the last layout y'all saw. Within the last two layouts, they've come in kind of handy. I don't know why, I just know why I keep pulling them out, but they're perfect. So this says first love, and then I did have this little green square here that says make someone smile. And then, of course, my letters are not very sticky because this is a very, very old sheet of letters. They're barely hanging on there. So I do glue those down, and then I'm going to paste that love down. But anyway, I found that little green square, and it says make someone smile. And then on the sticker sheets for this collection, it has there's hello fall. It's in like the coppery stuff. And I think I found that, and I'm going to put that and just kind of cross over. Now, I do decide, I don't know when I do it, to be frank with you. I do it at some point. I'm going to put that green little piece up on foam, and then I end up having to put the hello fall also up on foam, just to create a little bit of depth. I'm just fassing around because I'm kind of trying to figure out what I want to kind of do. I was trying to decide where I wanted that hello fall to fall on the line of this little square, and then also on the love. Now, I'm poking around some more. I think I'm just trying to decide, is there some other little something? Because, again, the sketch really didn't call for anything in the bottom, but I felt like I needed to add something. And so I'm just kind of looking and poking, and do I need to put something else? I don't remember now. I'm so sorry. I just did this, but, again, when you have your thought processes and you're kind of remembering, and did I do that? Did I have the thought and execute on it, or did I just have the thought and not execute on it? I guess I've gone ahead and decided to do this little green square with the foam. There's a little heart that I find also, a little copper looking, or I guess, is it copper? I guess it's copper looking little heart, and he's going to go up there too. But for the moment, I just got to organize these. And again, I fass around with these little creatures. They're just, they just got to be just so. And I like how this turned out. Technically, the banner in the sketch comes from the top, but I'm okay with how this turned out because I tried to do the love coming down, and it was just, it didn't look right. It was too long and just not good. So I like that orientation. It makes me happy. And I'm looking back again on these sheets, and there's that little heart I mentioned. I probably could have come in with some enamel dots or something like that, but I don't. I just leave it a little. And actually, I even could have sprinkled something, but I don't. Spoiler alert, it stays pretty minimalistic in that way. Then I'm kind of deciding, okay, I've got this little small sticker that says you make me happy, and it's got a little, and then I have a little, what do you call that? It's got kind of arrow sides on the side of this little floral looking thing. And I stuck that in the far right corner down on the bottom. I kind of get the feeling it's a little lost, but I'm starting with that because I'm like, okay, I want to put a little journaling. I just basically want to say Brooke had this little crush on this kid. And so I'm writing it on white paper thinking I'm going to just cut it into little strips. Of course, I messed up the second line, so I got to write it again. And I go so far as to write it on the strips, and then I cut it out. My pen's kind of running out of ink there, but I go ahead and cut it out. I even create little fishtail banners. I go real far into that process. And I lay it down there, and I just don't care for it. So I end up changing directions in a minute. But you'll get to see this whole process here because why not, I didn't edit it out. So I'm making these fishtail banners. And again, I don't think I hate it. I mean, I might have done it. But I have to say, I think the reason I struggle with it is because the pattern is a little busy. And the strips just kind of got lost. Like I really couldn't see them all that well. So anyway, I'm going to cut these little fishtails. And I lay it down there and I look at it for a second. And then I look over. I'm not sure I love it. And then I kind of look over there and I see this photo frame looking thing. And I think, you know what? Maybe I can write the journal in there. At first I thought maybe I'll kind of set it all in there. And then I go, you know what? I'm going to just I'm just going to glue this on a piece of white. Well, if I'm honest, that's not white cardstock. That's the back side of that pattern paper. But, I've got the whole pad I've been working my way through, and I just need to just use some of it. So I go ahead and paste the back. I flip it over to use, it's all single-sided. So I flip it over to use the back side. And I'm going to go ahead and write my journaling inside that little card there. But I do move my little sticker grouping to the little card. Now, it had a little, dashes down there for, a date. But I couldn't tell you the date of this thing. I know it's a football game, and I know she's a junior or senior. I couldn't tell you which. It doesn't really matter. I know exactly kind of when it is. I said, well, is that even a time frame? Exactly, kind of. Oh, well, it's close enough. What did my husband say? He says, close enough for horseshoes, hand grenades. So, anyways, I'm going to write the little bit of journaling in here. I do add, initially I didn't have this, but I did add, the journaling just says, Brooke had the biggest crush on a boy named Nico in high school. Alas, it was not meant to be, but she learned a little football. Because she did actually have to learn a little bit. If you're going to talk, girls do that, right? They learn what the boys like, and then they kind of learn a little bit about it. Because she played soccer, so she had no idea about most of it. Anyway, so I lay that down there. I'm going to have to cut away in just a second because my mama showed up at the front door. So I'm going to cut away, and I'll come back, and then you'll see me. I'm going to actually decide I put foam on the back side. And because I kind of want to lift it up. And I actually pulled out also this little green... what is that called? It's a little tag. It's like a note tag or a file tag type deal. But I decided I like that little green tag. But I'm going to add the foam to the back of the journaling first. And then I'll paste it down. And then I'm going to use that little green tag on it. And then I shouldn't jump ahead so much. But I do end up finding a little XOXO on the sticker sheet. And I thought that was pretty appropriate. Now, again, the sketch did not really call for this element. But you know what? With sketches, you get to do what you want. I've seen some of these ladies, and not even just ladies. I guess there's a Scrappy Adam, and there might be others. I really don't know everybody, but they take these sketches and they turn them all which way, and they do all kinds of cool stuff to them. So I feel like I can just add me a little journaling block if I want to, and I'm not breaking the rules. Anyways, I find that little XOXO, and that's real cute. And I kind of look at it and I think, do I want to do anything else? I probably could have come in here with sprinkles and I probably could have added some enamel dots. But at the same time, I thought, no, I think it looks kind of cute just the way it is. I think, there we are trying to mess with that ephemera again. But I think this is the spirit of the sketch. So I'm going to stop at it. Here it is up close and you'll see the stills in just a moment. Thank you guys so much for watching day 28. And don't forget to check out everybody else playing along. And we will see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.